दोबारा से लेते हैं from the top. चलो. More patience because यहाँ पैसों का सवाल है. पैसे आ रहे हैं. Keeping my fingers crossed, as many people as possible should connect. Thank you so much. Perfect. I was already doing a lot of musical segments on my radio show for so many years. So I used to compose them and write them myself and sing them myself. This song I composed 4 years back in Dangal's Vanity Van, and it did genuinely take 5 minutes to compose and write this, because it's not really a song. I call it a love conversation, a musical love conversation. It's a conversational banter which is happening between a boy and a girl in Chandigarh. So उसी तरीके का एक गाना है which just kind of keeps you going in the energy. So yeah, I mean that's the kind of things that I like writing, I like composing. So and this is my first. I hope people are able to connect to it. It's really important, especially professionally, to show patience to your craft. Not only because it gives you immense time to kind of sleep over it, plus also to, nurture it. You have produced a baby, you need to kind of, make it grow and prepare that baby to, start talking and meet the world. There is a reason that when genuinely a baby is born in the hospital, only the family sees the baby, right? Only after, he or she is ready, you send him to school. So I was just kind of preparing myself and preparing the song accordingly. Of course, there were a couple of things here and there which had to be corrected, which could only happen because I showed a bit of patience with the song. And that came from, my wife, my bhaiya, my bhabhi, and that came from the music label once I approached them. That came from a lot of other friends, Sanya Malhotra, then Shashank Khaitan, Varun. Varun encouraged me a lot. I mean, especially on Street Dances 3D, he was like, dude, ये song तो तुझे करना ही करना है. So, people tell you what to do, what not to do with the song. When your friends, are kind of, and you get the vibe that kitne honestly they're, kind of suggesting you. So you pick up the right suggestions which you really think is going to work for the song. So I kind of did that, and then I got the song to T-Series that if you can put it out in a film. We tried doing that, but then, every song or every film will always have its own destiny. So we waited for the right window, kind of, to pull it out. And yeah, here it is, finally, touch wood, things are fine. Once the brand came on board, they were like, we need to do this like in about 10-12 days. Isi mahine release karna hai. We have this marketing budget only for this month. I was like, dude, this is too less of a time. Then I thought, okay, I've showed a lot of patience already. Let's not show more patience because यहाँ पैसों का सवाल है. पैसे आ रहे हैं. So, of course, if a brand is showing a little bit of confidence in your product, and the music label has kind of got things going for you, so you then want to not miss on to the opportunity. It's once you miss the bus, it's kind of difficult to kind of come back. So that happened, and suddenly, you wanted a director who should be family. Only then people genuinely care and take so much of pain to pull it out. And you also needed a director who is, the song is about Chandigarh, it's about weddings. So you wanted a young director who has seen that world in Chandigarh. So then there was no better name than my own sister-in-law, Ayushmann Khurrana. And I've seen her short film. I think it brings out the right emotion. And at the end of the short film, more often than not, you will end up crying. So, which means her emotional connect is, absolutely right. So, not that in this song you will cry, but, you need to have that emotional connect going between the boy and the girl. So, Yeah, I mean, that's when she came on board. And weirdly enough, in those 10-12 days, we had only one common day to spare between me, Sargun, Tahira, Bhabhi, everyone together, which was immediately after 2 days. So in 2 days, we had to plan this out and go and shoot in Chandigarh. And yeah, things touchwood went fine. We are a very close-knit family. Bhaiya, Bhabhi, me and my wife. And I mean, you know, coming from a small town like Chandigarh, shifting to Mumbai is never easy. Bhaiya used to stay here alone earlier, but then me, my wife and Bhabhi and kids shifted. So before that I was staying all alone. So I think life is kind of better and happier now because there was a gap of about 8-10 years when we were not staying together. So it feels nice, and touchwood, the city has given a lot to all four of us. And you know, everyone has a great kind of graph in their own space. So yeah, God has been kind. Not really. I mean, I think we all understand each other so well that, I mean, that there was no, I mean, you don't really have to kind of go and become a different person, you know, you will always be the same. And though I was a little stressed because it was all happening so suddenly, and you know, where you waited for 4 years, now you have to make a song and you have to make the video in 4 days. It's always difficult to kind of suddenly be in that up-tempo mode. So that was, I think, a stressful feeling. But of course, my wife and Tahira, we both were there to calm me down. And Sargun, of course, you know, I mean, she's also from Chandigarh and she's a friend. And we have so many common friends. And Ravi is also a friend. So we all stay in the same vicinity. And, you know, I mean, it did look like a nice, big, happy family trying to just put things together. Yeah, you know, I think you need to be equal to somebody to be compared to, you know. So I think that says it all. Once I am equal to him, that they maybe people will compare. So far, I don't think so, you know, I'm in the capacity to be compared to him. Yeah, I think whenever you come out with any kind of project, be it, you see, I've been an actor, I've been hosting, now I'm a musician as well. I mean, I was a radio jockey for 8 years, I was doing theatre for 7-8 years. So whenever an article came out, digitally or print, you know, so digitally in the comment section, you never saw any comment saying that, okay, Ayushmann ka bhai tha, isliye aa gaya. That says it all, I think. I mean, you know, that's because we both have shown immense amount of patience to work things out, and I think things have been dealt with a lot of maturity, be it my acting career or anchoring career or now music career. When you say, you were just asking what took you 4 years, you know, yeah, this was also a reason maybe that let's take time. You know, I should not be a guy that just because, you know, Bhaiya can sing and compose and I also can sing and compose doesn't mean that I should just come out with a song. I think you need to breathe out, you need to kind of take your time, you need to, and of course before this I had composed a few more songs which I mean, sooner or later I realized were not good enough. So I might have come out with an obnoxious song. So you need to show that patience, and once you show that patience, nepotism is nothing. So many other things which are in the negative connotation don't touch you. Very often I use this word blessed. I think I'm just blessed to be at the right place at the right time, and things have touched wood. You know, normally by doing, when I talk about acting, if you are normally playing, you know, a second lead, you normally get typecast as a hero ka bhai or a hero ka dost. Touchwood, 7 films old, nothing of that sort has kind of come around the conversation whenever people are talking about me. And I think you really need to be blessed to, you know, still have that happy space and have that kind of a little respect which you kind of, I mean, whosoever works always works hard, right? You expect a certain kind of respect back from the audience or from the filmmakers, and people have given that, and I just can't feel more happy about it. And I was just telling one of your journalist colleagues that somebody stopped me at the airport and said, "Yaar, Aparshakti, aapne na hero ke doston ko respect de diye." So things like these really keep you going, and you think, okay, maybe I've done something right, and maybe in the right way, or maybe I've made some right decisions to make things fall into place. So yeah, I mean, I think if you do things with a lot of patience, you will end up making the right choices. And I think patience is the key, be it professional life or personal life, be it any kind of craft you associate to. You won't see me dancing in Street Dancer 3D. Mine is the only character who's not dancing in the film, and unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, I might end up dancing soon in a film. So let's see.